Hi, everybody. I am getting on here to let you know about my upcoming class slash discussion. We're going to wait for Mel from Conscious City Collective to get on as well, and we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A discussing the upcoming class. But while we are alone, does anyone have any questions or anything they want to say? Hi. This is only the second time I've done an Instagram live, so forgive me if I mess something up. Hi, Lily. Okay, cool. So we're waiting for Mel from Conscious City Collective, and she's going to do a little interview with me so you guys get a fuller picture of what I'm offering this afternoon. I'll share with you a little bit about how this class slash discussion came to be. So originally I had planned to host a clothing swap in LA, and I was going to call it Solidarity Swap for those who want to participate in fashion while also standing in solidarity with the people that make our clothes, solidarity with the water, the air that's being polluted, the trees that are being cut down. So I wanted to host this swap as a way to exchange clothes and offload some of the excess from my closet, and to teach people about this way of engaging fashion, which is, sorry, just getting a message, Mel's on her way. Teach people a way of engaging fashion which is not so harmful to the earth. So when Corona came along, we had to cancel the swap, obviously, but we wanted to take the teaching portion of it and put it into like a class form or discussion form, because this is still a really important topic to discuss. Even though most of us are not thinking about fashion right now, I know that times are really challenging and very scary, and most of us are just staying in our pajamas, terrified, glued to the news. But when we emerge from this Corona cocoon, we will need to engage with clothes and fashion again. And whether you consider yourself a fashionista or not, you still wear clothes. That's something we all do. We all eat, we all breathe, and we all put on clothes in the morning. So whether we consider ourselves like into fashion or not, we're making choices about fashion that have impact and ripples across the world, in different spheres. So that's what today's class is going to be. Oh, here, no, Conscious City Guide. Here we go. 1 second. Go live with, okay. Just waiting for Conscious City Guide.
Hi.
Hey!
How are you?
Good. Just talking by myself, feeling as awkward as that sounds.
You're a pro at that, though.
Talking to myself, yes. Talking by myself. It's a new skill. How are you, darling?
I'm good. I'm getting ready for a live stream yoga class. You look very cozy in that robe.
Thank you. This wasn't what I was walking around. This is not how I'm usually spending my quarantine. I upped my game for the live interview. I couldn't teach a class of Fashion Awakening 101 in my dingy pajamas that I've not taken off for 2 days.
Same. That's why I'm really looking forward to this afternoon. So for those of you that don't know, I am Mel, the co-founder and CEO of Conscious City Guide, and we have a platform for people who are putting on any types of events that are reconnecting us to ourselves, our community, and to the planet. And obviously, because of the current state of where we're all at right now, a lot of those events aren't happening, which is a tremendous loss of income for all of our event creators as well as us as a business. So we've created an online platform called the Digital Redirect, and it's where we can still gather during this time in a live setting. Mm-hmm. And just before all this happened, we were working with Nat and Johanna from Open Closet on doing a really cool clothes swap event. And I still, and Nat and Johanna really wanted to share all this amazing info that you guys have experienced during, this awakening of your own closets. So, Nat, what's a little bit more about what's happening this afternoon?
Yeah, so we were going to take the kind of teaching portion that we were going to present at the clothing swap and break down a little bit, demystify what goes on behind the scenes of the fashion world. Because when we think fashion, we automatically think glamour, the cover of Vogue, models, runways, the Met Gala. Our mind goes immediately to the glamorous and the creative, which of course those are big, big facets of the fashion world. But what's not often talked about is what goes on behind the scenes. And that is, sadly, the destruction of our waterways from pollution from the garment industry, the mistreatment of workers who are, living in developing countries and living in very vulnerable communities. Oftentimes, these are their only options for employment, and they're not paid a living wage. Sometimes children are making our clothes. So there's this very unglamorous side, like behind the scenes of the fashion industry. And I'll tell you what, it's not a very popular topic. People really, and I get it, for a long time I didn't want to hear, I didn't want to know about what was going on. I just felt like if I wasn't buying fast fashion, then I was kind of okay somehow. But the recent events with the fires and corona, and we're being woken up right now, and we're being told very clearly, you have to lift up the veil and look behind and see what's going on, because clearly there's a lot of healing that needs to happen in this world on a collective scale. And I was saying before, wearing clothes is something we all do. So whether you think you're into fashion or not, this is an important topic to educate yourself on if you want to live more mindfully in all areas of your life. You can't eat or choose an organic apple and drive a Prius, but then be supporting clothes made in sweatshops,
Right.
And that's something that we don't often think about because it's so abstract. But so that's kind of some of the some fun topics we'll be discussing, like child labor. No, in all honesty, we're going to
important.
It's really important, but we're going to move through the heaviness because it does get very dense, and that information is available to you on the internet if you want to go deeper. And then we're going to get to the really fun stuff, like telling me how silly I was to buy all these things in my closet that I never wear.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Was there a particular moment for you where you were just like, oh my gosh, my closet? Or was it this collective moment that we're going through, especially because I know, with Australia and the wildfires and what we're going through now. But was there a specific fashion moment that clicked it for you, or?
Not a specific one that I can remember. Well, the last kind of shopping spree that I went on, which was around New Year's, because you need a new outfit for New Year's, right? And I went home with six.
Oh, wow.
6 outfits for one night. And that was actually the moment where I said, wow, I have a problem, because not only do I have a closet bursting full of clothes, there's a portion of clothes in here that I have never even worn that have the labels still on them. I don't even have enough events in my social calendar to wear all this stuff. Why do I feel compelled to keep accumulating more and more? And that's actually going to be the first topic of discussion, is consumption and overconsumption. And I'm going to speak about it because I need to take accountability for my consumption.
Thank you for being
patient zero.
Well, thank you for being so honest about that. And like you said, I think that's the first step. We've all got to step into our own personal responsibilities. So, Nat, that's such a huge thing for you to come out and say so thank you.
You know what? Thank you for acknowledging that. It is hard sometimes to be vulnerable and honest, and like it is
Yeah.
embarrassing for me to like be like, yes, I buy organic, and you know, like I'm all like save the Amazon, and then like
Right.
also I have a clothing addiction and I can't
Right.
stop buying clothes.
Right.
So I'm actually going to make a bit of a surprise announcement and a pledge to everybody who wants to sign up and participate with me. I'm not going to give it away now, but yeah, I really hope that people join in this discussion. Like I said, it's not like the funnest thing to talk about with fashion, but it is really vital, and we're going to make it fun because Johanna and myself are going to give all these cool tips on how to stay stylish without like necessarily having to go into Forever 21 every weekend. And we're going to talk about vintage, and I've got some cool vintage pieces to show. I'll be going into my closet and pulling out some things.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun and interactive. She's going to help me create a capsule closet. I'm already starting it over here. And then we're going to be able to do questions, right, Mel?
Yeah, I think on the chat so people can type questions in.
Oh, as we are live, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be fun. So should we open it up to any questions on the live?
Yeah, let's see. I saw a bunch of questions fly by, but it goes so quickly.
Does anybody want to repeat a question? Because I'm looking now. Is there going to be another Tokyo Drift? No. I will not answer any Fast and Furious related questions.
I mean, that's a good question. Do you have any clothes from Dynasty? What happens with, like, do you go home with set clothes?
No, I don't have any clothes from any of the shows that I've worked on. Legally, we return everything after the show is finished.
Okay.
No, but actually, there's one piece that I'm going to give back, but I just borrowed for a press event that I love, and it's this beautiful Magda Butrym bodysuit. I think it's from episode 109. But I borrowed it for a press event, which is allowed, and it will still be returned. But why I love it is because it's crochet, and well, this is a fun story. So you're from Australia, you know all about mufti days, right?
Not about what?
Mufti days.
No.
So did you have a school uniform growing up?
Yes.
Okay. So we had a school uniform too, and mufti days were, I don't know how they got this name. Please somebody answer that for me. But those were the days when you got to wear your own clothes.
We just called them free dress days.
Oh, where does mufti come from?
I don't know.
So we'd look forward to our mufti days. We would like put them in the calendar. We talk about it 6 weeks in advance. Like, what are you going to wear for mufti day? You know, like, and it would be like a new movie would be like, one year was like Clueless. We all wanted to dress like Clueless.
Oh my
and the
God.
year later, I was like, just wanted to be Chili from TLC. And so like, it was really interesting to see how our style evolved being a teenager in the 90s. And mufti days were like chances to express your personal style. So I remember distinctly one mufti day. So I wanted to wear this crochet top, and the reason why crochet is so special to me is because my family, like my aunties and my grandma, my mom, crocheting is a big tradition in the female part of my family in Peru, and we would always get I'd always get crochet dresses and tops growing up, and so I put in a request that my auntie make me like a little crochet crop top. And I didn't know it at the time, but I was fully like having a Jane Birkin moment, because that's a very Jane Birkin thing.
Right.
And so obviously crochet see-through, so you've got to wear something underneath. And so I wore a little like denim bra, I still remember. So I'm wearing this, I probably was 14, I was year 8. So I wear this crochet top with a denim bra underneath and some pants. And I just felt so, I was really feeling myself. I just felt so confident, and like it was one of like the first moments I can really express, I can remember really expressing my personal style. Like I wasn't trying to be anybody else. This was Nat. And the first thing that the girl said when I walked into school was, we can see your bra. and they teased
Oh,
me. They didn't understand the
right.
crochet. It was
Yeah.
just like, you know how Australians are.
Yeah.
And so but you know what? I remember being like, screw them, and still being proud of my outfit.
Good
And just,
for you.
it's just funny though that like how like style is so personal, is so like visceral for us, and we have memories associated with, you know, the first times we were expressing ourselves. Do you have a memory about personal style?
I do, and I got laughed at as well. And it was on like a year 8 boat cruise. And I had an outfit made out of like old. Even back then, I was totally into this like sustainable, even though that wasn't like the word I used at that time. And I had my mom's friend who was a dressmaker make me an outfit out of like this old dress that I didn't wear anymore.
Upcycling.
Yes. When I was in year 8, and then everyone was like, "Ew, what is that dress you're wearing?" I was like, "I had it made."
Cute. Well, I love that. Even back then, we were into the circular fashion economy, and
Yeah,
that,
and I didn't know it. I just wanted, well, for me, it was like I wanted to make sure that I was wearing something different and not
yeah.
something like everyone else.
And that's actually a key point, is like, why do we keep, it's funny because we walk this fine line as consumers. On the one hand, we want to stand out and not look like everybody else. But then on the other hand, all we do is follow trends that other people tell us to wear that everyone else is wearing.
Right.
Right? We're like
Right.
schizophrenic.
I
And
know, but it's such a creative personal expression, like you said before. So that's why I'm so excited about seeing what you and Johanna come up with this afternoon out of your wardrobe. So it's 5 o'clock LA time, so it's in what, maybe 6 hours ish. And head to consciouscityguide.com and click the digital redirect, and you'll see it right there. It's a $5 exchange, but if you can't contribute in that exchange, we've also got free tickets for everyone. So just click free tickets. We want everyone to join in and learn
yes,
about this.
please. We don't want this to be cost prohibitive. Please come and join the discussion. And if you can't pay, that's fine. And if you can, thank you for helping out Conscious City Guide. They're doing such wonderful things. And also check back and see the other programming they have. It's amazing. You're doing an amazing job, Mel. I look
Thanks,
forward
Matt.
to seeing you this afternoon and seeing everybody else.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.